All right, what's up, guys? Today we got Timothy Delaghetto online, man. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Our goal here is to inspire and educate the youth, man. And every single 13 to 18 to even 25-year-olds, guys like me want to be the next influencer, the next Timothy Delaghetto. And basically, you have really been doing this shit for a minute, and you've taken over the game. Just give me some highlight reel stuff, some pretentious shit from Timothy Delaghetto, some of your achievements, bro.
I mean, man, to be honest, bro, like you said, I've been doing it for a long time, and that's because I was kind of always after one thing. I've been always like trying. Is that too noisy? Is that noisy?
It's a bit noisy, but it'll fucking work. I can hear you.
All right, because I can move.
Move then. Move.
Right,
Let's do that.
Right. Let me move.
What the fuck y'all doing over there? Building a house?
I'm on set. I just finished wrapping the show I'm doing. So it's like I'm
so tight, man. So tight.
So they're working on another set over there.
Building sets. Yeah, we just gonna keep this shit in here. I like this. This is dope.
It's real life shit, bro.
Real life shit, man.
Let's see. What's up, bro? Let's see.
This is like a behind the scenes, y'all. Y'all get to see what he's actually doing. This is like vlog style right now.
No, it's real. Oh, no, this lighting is terrible.
Look at that snacks table, bruh. Hell yeah.
Okay. What's this? There's people in there. Oh.
Where is this set at, bro? Where you at?
This is at the FULLSCREEN Studios.
Lit,
where I shoot my show, Going Raw.
That set is dope.
Yeah, bro. Thank you. I love that set. I basically told them I wanted like a Pee-wee's Playhouse meets Rap City, the basement vibe.
I see that now. The Asian Big Tig. Big Tim.
Yes.
All right, man. So I just kind of want you to give us practical advice. Like, how did you get here? Like, what'd you do?
All right. Well, like I was saying, I've been doing this shit for like 10 years. I mean, I've been on YouTube for like, this is my 11th year on YouTube. And, and the thing about it is, I knew what I wanted to do from the jump, from the beginning. From when I was a little kid, I knew that I wanted to make a career out of just being entertaining and being funny. And that was always the game plan for me. All right. And people look at the entertainment business as like this impossible thing. You feel me? They look at it and they're like, yo, you're living your dreams. How does it feel to live your dreams? Mm-hmm. And I've said this before in other interviews and stuff, but like, I just never looked at it like a dream. You feel me? I feel like when you look at something as a dream, it makes it seem unrealistic, And the way I looked at what I wanted to do is that when you want to be a doctor, right? You go through the necessary steps to become a doctor. You take your biology classes, and then you go to pre-med, and then you go to med school, and you're there forever, and then you become a nurse, and then you take all the steps until you're finally a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, I knew, and I still know what my end goal is, because I feel like I'm not there yet. I still feel like I have mad work to do,
sure.
But I feel like I'm gonna just take the necessary steps I feel to get there, So it was like, I, from the beginning, I was, even as little as like doing theater in school and in high school, like getting in the homie's little cheap studio to do music. Yeah. And like after high school, getting an agent, I did extra work, which I do not recommend. It's trash. Don't do extra work. It's not worth it, but definitely trying connect with people. It can, that's a lot. You can connect with people through doing extra work, but it's still whack. But it's like, I went on auditions, and I just like, I worked with people, even if it meant doing little things. And like, I feel like you can keep taking baby steps as long as you're moving forward. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like when they're doing a bunch of little steps, it's not getting them anywhere. But I feel like as long as you're continuously working, you can only go up, you know? Yeah. So I feel like as long as I stay consistent and I kept working and I kept going after my goal, I would get there. Cause that's that's only the product of work. You know what I'm saying? If you keep working, you will get results. And that's just all I tried to do. And I kept going and I'm still going. Yeah. Cause I feel like I still have shit I want to do. So
what is the end goal?
The end goal is, I'm trying to be Asian Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to just do everything that I'm doing now. Cause when I made up my stage name of Timothy Delaghetto, it was because I was trying to emulate Will Smith's career, which was, rap, TV, movies. Yeah. Cause if y'all don't know, if y'all are young, Delaghetto comes from an episode of The Fresh Prince, if you didn't know that. Yeah. So, I was just a big Will Smith fan growing up. I liked everything he did. And I was like, if this dude can do TV, movies, and music and excel at all that, and I can do that too, I mean,
what are some of the things that you've done basically that are already like Will Smith now for the people that don't know?
Right. Well, I mean, in terms, let's break it down, all right? Because I feel like to an extent, I've accomplished my goals. I just not on the level that I'd like to. You feel me? So now the goal is to just do everything I'm doing now times 10. Yeah. Because I've done the music. The music, I didn't get a deal or anything, but deals are kind of pointless nowadays. So because the music that I've made has gotten me around the world doing tours, making money and selling music online. People know my songs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on TV. I've been on Wilin Out for the past 5 seasons. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the highest rated shows on MTV right now. I've done little spots on different shows here and there. I was on Guy Code. And I've done a bunch of independent film work. I did my first big screen debut last year. I had one scene.
It was a funny scene, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. So, and like I said, last year was one scene, and then maybe next year will be 3 scenes. And then after that, I'm trying to just take it next level and write my own movie. That's what I'm working on right now, trying to pitch that, sell that, get that done. But it's just a process. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing to commit to the process.
So are you saying, this is what I'm interpreting, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's basically hunger meets consistency and patience.
Totally.
Was there any days where you're like, shit, man, I don't know if this is for me? It sounds like not.
No, because I just always knew, look, man, I put it to you like this. As crazy as it sounds, people are always aren't you ever scared of flying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, I'm not scared of flying or flights because I know I'm not going to die. Because I've always felt that I had big things that I was meant to accomplish. It's in my destiny. You feel me? Yeah. So it's I know I'm not going to die on a plane crash because I know that everything I'm doing is leading up to something. It's not even that I believe it. It's I know it. You feel me? So it's I know everything that I'm doing and all the work I've put in is for a reason, and the more I do it, the more good things happen. So it just tells me that I'm on the right path and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Where did you get that work ethic from? Was that just from watching your parents, in the restaurant?
Definitely part of the reason I put in so much hard work is because my parents had to work so hard when I was growing up, to provide for me and stuff. I see my mom tired, working late hours. She used to tell me all the time that she never, ever got to take a break, never got to take a vacation. So when I finally was able to pay off the house because of the shit I was doing, because all the late nights I came home, when they thought I was just goofing around with the acting shit, or the funny shit, I told them look, man, this is for a reason. I'm doing this so I can take care of you guys. I'm going to pay off the house. So when I finally got to a point where I could do that and make it real for them, it was see, I told you. Yeah. And then when I finally did it, this isn't in the video. And this is the part that that actually touched me the most, you know what I'm saying? Because after I gave them the check to pay off the house, my mom was like, I can finally take a break. And I was
damn. Hey, man, that must have been, if you were to zoom in, I got goosebumps just listening to that, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's major, man. That's insane. What is it? Would you say that's your biggest achievement, feeling wise so far in your life?
Yeah, for sure. Because that's just one of those things that made me feel like everything I was doing was for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it wasn't for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that was just kind of like validation and made me more like, not that I wasn't confident before, but just made me confident to like just continue on the path that I'm going down.
Yeah.
So
what would you say, like, if you had to restart today in today's world, do you feel like it's easier to be where you're at, or is it harder?
It's tough. I mean, it's always been tough, you know, where I feel like I hopped on the YouTube when it was like, when no one else was on it yet. Right. Yeah. So it helped me to kind of establish myself and build my own name in a world where no one was really doing it yet.
Yeah.
Now it's like people know the potential of like YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, so it's like everybody's trying to go that lane. You feel me? So I feel like it might be as saturated as back when I was just trying to be a regular ass actor, you know what I'm saying? Before I even got on YouTube. So it's definitely a struggle now, but I mean, the difference is that you don't have to rely on the big wigs behind the desk anymore. You know what I'm saying? Where a dude like DC Young Fly can just be his like ratchet ass hood self.
For real, yeah.
But just be consistent and be raw talent and take it to the next level, where like Cardi B can fucking just be like, you know, ex-stripper, you know, being herself and make funny videos, and now she's a fucking like phenomenon. You know what I'm saying?
Dude. Like for real shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing to see like what you've done over the years, but you're always looking to constantly grow. I feel like even when you become the Asian Will Smith, like on a real level, you're going to try to be even, you know, constantly just keep on growing, man. Like what's the movie? Are you able to talk about any of of what you're talking about with the movie?
You know, I'm just kind of writing. I'm trying to write one right now. It's like, I have a lot of ideas in my head that it's all in my head. Based on a lot of true events, like on some dating shit, you know, like basically what you've seen. I mean, it's like I'm taking like the relationship based skits I've done with Rick and just kind of turning it into a full out movie that's like loosely based on a true story, but not really. You feel me? Yeah. But it'll be good. I'm just really ready to take it to the next level. You know, I feel like YouTube content is kind of not what it used to be, and I'm kind of ready to take it to you know, to evolve a little bit. You know?
Yeah. So I remember you've said before, like, you know, if you're actually really good, you'll be found. You know, do you still believe that? Do you think kids need to learn how to market themselves? Like, how would you market yourself as a kid right now?
I mean, that's difficult, man. Like, because I'm not a kid in today's day and age. Yeah. A lot of times I don't know. Like, I look at what the kids like now, what's popping now. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm not feeling that. You feel me? Not only like, you know, musically, but YouTube-ly and
that's some old man shit you're saying right there, bro.
I'm low-key old man. Don't tell anybody. I'm high-key old in this space. I'm definitely an old man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this shit for like over 10 years. There's kids that, hold on, let me open the door for this dude real quick.
No problem.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But as far as marketing yourself now, I mean, marketing yourself, it's definitely important, you know. It's important to an extent. Like, nowadays, you can get numbers and open doors by just being yourself. Like, you can be your own brand, you know. That's what helped me, and that's definitely what helped cats like DC and Cardi B. Is like, people like them for just being them. So it's not even necessarily marketing, it's just them being themselves, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little different because, you know, like, I was one of the few people at the time really doing like sketches like that and doing like scripted content, and I feel like that's helped me in today's day and age, because now that traditional media is finally looking towards like quote unquote new media for content and ideas, not everybody can do like writing and acting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might have numbers, but they might be popping for like, you know, snorting Mountain Dew and shit.
It's basically bullshit that they're famous for that won't really leave a lasting impression. So like what you've done and what I think people who will be long-term successful have built a relationship, you know, with the fans, and and people literally get to see inside your life. Like, what do you get recognized for most? Is it Wilin Out?
Now it's Wilin Out.
Yeah.
For sure. Originally it used to be like, hey, YouTube guy.
Yeah.
And now it's like Wilin Out, you know, which is crazy because I feel like that was kind of a gradual thing too. Like when Wilin Out first came back, it wasn't really popping like that.
Yeah.
You know, we had like a handful of people that were watching, but now like past couple seasons, like it's kind of popping, you know?
It's super popping, man. My brother at barbecues and shit will introduce me and say, hey, he knows Timothy Delaghetto. That guy on Wilin Out, the Asian dude, the small one that raps and shit, he knows him. Every time. My older brother's like, hey, you know him? He knows Tim. And I'm like, why do you keep introducing me? The guy from Wilin Out. And so you're major right now, man. Like, because that dude only watches TV. He doesn't watch no kind of internet stuff.
Exactly. That's what was dope about Wilin Out is that it really kind of took me beyond the younger demo, you know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people like more than anything, Wilin Out really helped me get recognized by like just the older demo, you feel me? And like older black dudes in New York love me now because of Wilin Out. So that's like the main thing. But like, yeah, man, it just helped expand the demo a little bit and like it's cool because like cats from Australia. I remember I was in Australia and like dudes would be coming up to me like, yo, man, you're such a sick cunt. You're such a sick cunt on Wildin' Out. And I was like, oh, because sick cunt is a compliment out
dope.
there.
You're like, you're cool. Yeah.
So it's like, I forget that like people are watching like online, you know what I'm saying, on MTV.com because it's like, you know, it's
that's another thing. That's another thing. People want to be like you because you're traveling across the world.
Right.
You know, you're being respected. You speak at what colleges have you spoke at?
I've spoken at a lot of colleges, man.
Like the major ones. What's a big one?
I mean, I was at UCSD earlier this year. That was cool. That was fun. I mean, I don't know, bro. I've done a lot of college shows. I just recently this year kind of started doing speaking engagements though. Before that, I was like doing
That's what I'm saying. Not like college shows, like speaking. Like people want to hear what you have to say.
Which was dope. That's amazing. Because I've been charging more money for those too, so it's lit.
Super lit. Isn't it crazy to think like, I mean, you are at this super important place and you've got such a huge responsibility. What's it like when you're about to upload a video and then because you know that so many people are going to watch this video? How does that affect your creative process?
Well, you know what, man? It's interesting that you asked me that because in terms of my creative process and uploading videos now, it's like, people aren't like on YouTube specifically, people aren't watching like they used to my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I still have that consistent fan base that tunes in, but definitely not like it used to be. Right. And now it's like, since I'm doing so much other shit outside of YouTube and I don't feel the pressure necessarily to live up to what all my subscribers are expecting of me. I've been trying to do weirder shit, like shit that I actually want to do creatively as opposed to before when I was like, I felt like it was a certain type of content expected from me that I was trying to be consistent and create a certain type of vibe. Now it's like, I had all these weird ideas before that I wanted to do, or just like kind of more things that I find entertaining. And I've just really recently started to kind of like venture into exploring that part, you know what I'm saying, and uploading shit like that. So we'll see. It's like, it's almost that like, since no one watches now, I've been set free. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you've always had an air of not giving a fuck. Like it's been kind of one of the main themes, but like also you care and you are cool. Like as one of the bigger YouTubers that I first met, I was like, yo, why is everybody acting like an asshole? Like, why is everybody else acting like they're like famous and shit? And then, you know, like you got like 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. I get it. You got some plays, but not really. Like nobody really understands who you are. And then you would come along and I mean, you're not nearly as big as you are now, but you always had this like this humbleness. Like, where does that come from?
Man, look, I think that comes from me just recognizing that there's so much potential for more. You know what I'm saying? I know where I want to be. Yeah. And I feel like I'm not there yet. Yeah. And like, there's like, it's easy to be like the biggest fish in a little bowl. You feel me? It's like, I could go to a YouTube party and it's like, yeah, everyone knows who I am. But it's like, if I go to a real Hollywood shit, no one gives a shit about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They could care less who I am. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea.
I've heard this idea that, like, if you hang around a bunch of people who think making $1 million ain't shit, you're a lot more likely to make $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
And that's kind of what's going on with you real life. That's amazing, man. Like, who is the biggest celebrity you've met so far today?
Probably Stevie Wonder. But that was random at an airport. That was just like, hey, can I get a picture, please?
So who have you ever been surprised that somebody knew who you were?
Yes. Oh, I ran into Jamie Foxx at a Beyonce concert. And Jamie Foxx is also somebody I look up to because he's also another person who does music and does comedy, but also has his accolades as a real actor. You know what I'm saying? So I ran into him at a Beyonce concert. We were crossing paths, and he was like, he was like, hey, and he shook my hand. He was like, hey, you're funny. And I was like, thank you.
That's big, man.
I was like, bro, thank you. I'm such a big fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I kept the light and I just kept pushing, but I was like, oh.
That's amazing, man. Like you're crushing it. You're getting out there. And I think if you've got one thing, like, to just, I don't want to get motivational. Do you think everybody should just chase their dreams? Is that what you're saying? Or like,
and that is what I'm saying, because even look, I always use this for girls and as well as chasing your dreams and just life in general. All right, like when you see a bad chick, all right, you should never assume that she's out of your league. All right, because like you should always try because hi, because like and the same thing goes for when you were like chasing your dreams because. You don't want to live the rest of your life thinking, what if? You feel me? It's like when you try, and even if it doesn't work out, it's like, shit, at least I tried. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get over that. But like that feeling of, damn, of shoulda, woulda, coulda, that shit lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? So
I have this kind of idea, like, I'm not really out there for legacy. I'm out there to make myself feel satisfied for that last maybe month, maybe day, maybe moments before I die. And I don't want to sit with that weird ass guilt feeling. And I'd be like, that would just, it would break me. I would feel like I would want to die so bad that it would just kill me. Right. And I feel like when you just go chase your dreams, even if you fail, you basically like, so what? So what? I went out there and did it. I tried. That's the worst thing that can happen.
That's more than most people can say. You know what I'm
saying? Can you remember a time where you took an L and you were like, that was definitely a hard, big L, and it kind of fucked me up for a little bit?
Bro, I still take L's. You know what I mean?
It's your ability to take an L and keep moving forward is another part of your success.
You have to keep moving forward because you're always gonna take L's. You know
what's an L you can share with us?
Let me tell you right now. Like just for like a rough example, like I was supposed to be starring in like 5 different movies by now. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I've been into like so many meetings where literally people are like, yo, you're going to be in this movie. We're going to fly you to this location. You're going to be starring in this movie and then never hear about it again. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened on multiple occasions. But it's like,
that's crazy.
And I've gotten to a point where it's like when I go on these meetings and explore these potential opportunities, like I don't even get excited anymore. You feel me? Because it's like, I've had too many instances where I get excited about something. I tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
And then like 6 months later, everyone's like, what happens in that movie you were supposed to be doing? It's like, bruh, just never mind.
They said, hey, bro, I thought you were going to be in The Mask 3, man. Like what happened to the Sharknado movie you were supposed to be in, bro?
Yeah, man. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like you definitely, like, you got to be consistent. You got to want it, but also you got to be willing to, you got to be ready to hear no a million times, get rejected a million times, just like with girls. You feel me?
It's easy. It's easy to say this, right? But it's like when you're in that moment and you it's like for me, anyways. Like when I was competing for boxing, I would watch some sparring videos of me getting my ass kicked, and that shit would just like affect me while I was competing. But then when I would watch it, like nowadays, I just get proud, dude. I'm so proud that I could take an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the fact that I could get beat up and keep coming and try to fight and finish this guy the whole time, that kind of stuff makes me want to drive and push, and it kind of shows the character. Totally. You are doing that in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that analogy, is you're just like approaching it. And I think you're not afraid to take no L's because you just know it's a numbers game. And the more you push, you win.
No, exactly. Because here's the thing: you're gonna hear like 1,000 no's before you hear like one yes. You know what I'm saying? But once you hear that one yes, it's like that's the one that makes it like, oh, this is what I'm doing it for. You feel me? It's like, this is why I do it. Yeah, that makes it all worthwhile. You know?
Yeah. So as we wrap this up, man, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Tell the people what kind of stuff you got going on, a little bit of the projects that you got going on.
Yeah, I got a talk show I do with my boy Ricky Shucks on FULLSCREEN.com / going raw, and I got a sketch show coming out on Kevin Hart's comedy app, LOL. You can download that app for free, LOL. I got a sketch show coming out on that we start shooting soon. And still making YouTube content. Gonna start working on music again for like the first time in like 5 years.
Damn. A whole album?
Yeah, that's the goal.
Wow, let me on that, yo. Just kidding.
No, I know. No, you was one of the best YouTube rappers, bro.
Hey, I already know, man. Especially in the Asian group. That's what everybody always yo. As far as the Asian dudes, you was one of the best Asian. I'm like, thanks, kind of.
Because you didn't sound Asian. That's why. With your bass.
Exactly. With the bass.
But yeah, man, that's basically it. Still cranking out YouTube videos when I can, and new season of Wilin Out. We're about to go shoot some more episodes in October. So I'm just just trying to do it now.
Instagram, YouTube, tell people where they can find you.
YouTube.com/Timothy. Instagram is Timothy Delaghetto. Those are the important ones. That's all you need to know.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
For sure, bro.
It's been a great talk, my man.
Good to see you. I'm going to be in Seattle soon, so I'll hit you.
Hit me up. All right, cool.